Ready to begin? It's as easy as blowing out a candle. Come on. Open the door to the pilot light.
But why today?
You have to go sometime.
What if it doesn't work?
Blow out the pilot light and let the gas fill the room. It will work.
Someone could find me before I could finish.
Way up here in the attic?
It's the first place they would look, and you know it.
It's true. You haven't been successful at much, but I'll help you with this.
I'm supposed to be packing.
You have to go sometime.
Are you here?
See?
Maybe I want you to get found out.
For what?
For being a coward!
Oh, it's so dusty up here. Let Augusta... Do I smell gas?
I don't.
I think your stove is leaking. Why is the door to the pilot light open?
Because he always does things halfway.
I was always scared a draft was going to blow out the pilot light and that you wouldn't notice.
I'm sure I would notice before succumbing to the fumes.
Maybe. Anyway, you had your 3-week tantrum refusing to pack, but the rest of the house is ready for the new owners. You need to let Augusta come clean up here, too. She needs to take home her dress forms.
I can't pack right now.
3 weeks ago, you saying it was cute. The eccentric poet. But let me stress, 3 weeks ago, it was cute. The movers carried off the first and second floors. All that's left is this attic.
These piles of paper are in a very particular order.
Yes, I can see the order and the chaos.
I can't leave until I finish my book.
You're going to finish your book overnight.
Potentially,
Before the new owners take possession of the house tomorrow.
anything's possible.
The book you've been working on for 5 years.
It's nearly there.
I can't tell if you're joking.
Surely you're not joking about me.
It will be disjointed if I have to finish it somewhere else.
Rosamond and Louis have gone to great lengths to set up your office as you like it in our new house. Floor-to-ceiling built-in bookshelves, crimson leather couch and chair,
Crimson like blood money.
antique mahogany and oak desk, a picture window with stained glass accents overlooking the lake they had built because you like waterfront property. Only the finest Persian
I have
rugs.
everything set up here.
You don't even have heat up here.
I have that.
You have the tiny radiance that old thing puts out and the abundant gas smell it gives off every time the pilot light blows out.
They'll just think it's an accident.
There's something about the glow of real flame, even if it is just a gas one.
The new house has 2 fireplaces, and the guest house they made for us has one in your office.
Our hermitage on their land.
Our 2-study, 2-bedroom, 2-bath hermitage.
Paying carbon taxes on 3 fireplaces is such a waste.
Well, they were thinking of you when they put them in. Your joy from this silly little flame.
But there's no carbon taxes on that thing because the smart city can't reach up here.
Besides blocking the smart city's AI, I wonder what other effects the lead in these stained glass windows has.
Like what?
Like on your head. Why refuse a hermitage designed specifically to our liking by our loving daughter and her doting partner?
I used to love sitting by the fire with you in this house. Watching as the skies turned orange and green as the monsoon struck, with their booming roars and their lightning displays.
So let's go to the hermitage then and sit in front of the fireplace in your study. Let Augusta come up here and clean and let Louis hire someone to move your books.
My banned books of black poetry? That sounds dangerous.
They were deleted from the cloud years ago, and no one from the FBI showed up to take your hard copy.
My black elegy class was one of the most popular classes in...
And now, so is your intro to Shakespeare class.
The point is that even if the movers don't know what the books are, they're going to know about my black elegy class.
Honey, you haven't taught that course in 15 years.
14 years. Josh Hawley was elected president in 2013.
So you pack the books, seal the boxes, and in the morning, movers will take them to our hermitage. And we can sit and let the monsoons outside the picture window remind us of our youth.
There won't be snow.
Just the monsoons. Lightning and reflections on the lakes, the clouds billow in. Maybe we could even go out and feel the rain like we did on our third date.
When was the last time it snowed? 2035? 2040?
It snowed during the pandemic in 2041, when Tommy was in the hospital. That is why you're bringing it up, to take the conversation where you always do.
Oh, she remembers.
Let me get to my work.
That was 5 years ago, honey. You have to let them go eventually.
No one else had any trouble forgetting about me.
I was just in the middle of writing a new stanza when you arrived.
Tommy was my graduate student.
Rosamond certainly didn't have any trouble forgetting me, did she?
It was my fault they were there.
If this is some midlife nonsense, there are better ways to handle it than becoming solitary and inhuman. Your poetry was at its best when you were your most human self. Why haven't you written anything in 5 years?
I have written. I just haven't finished anything in 5 years.
These mysterious scraps of paper.
It's going to be another 5 years if you don't let me do my work.
What are you going to do when you can't find a specialty house to source paper from anymore? And this laptop? It's time to move on.
I have to reach the end first.
You're not going to finish the book by morning.
She thinks reaching the end is about the book. Isn't that cute?
Today will be the day I finish it. I feel very confident about that.
Well, will you at least come to the new house for dinner?
Is Rosamond cooking?
No, Louis. How wonderful. She married a person who can cook.
How wonderful.
Perhaps I'll attend.
And perhaps spend the night in our glorious new king-size bed.
Couch up here is adequate.
Well, we shall see. You have to go sometime.
So you two keep saying.
Who else?
Rosamond, of course. Who else?
Yeah, who else?
Well, until dinner, then.
I said maybe.
The king-size bed is too big for one
There
person.
aren't enough people in the new house.
Then come to dinner and stay
There
with
are more
us.
people here in this empty house than are in the people's new house. Even when the new house was packed to the gills last month during Louis' ridiculous housewarming party.
People still consider him new to the community, and sudden wealth makes
When
people
I'm
jealous.
here, sitting at this desk, I hear Rosamond when she was 8 years old playing downstairs as I wrote. Her bright, trilling laughter dancing upstairs while she watched some hollow influencer. That was a horrible influence on her.
Stop the poetry.
But it's a clever rhyme. Hollow influencer. Influence on
It's
her.
not quite a rhyme.
I rather like it.
Of course, you have all the memories of Rosamond.
I occasion to mention.
The first day that they arrived in the garden and I was out there. And you invited them to stay for dinner. That first dinner with us together as a family. Before we realized that Rosamond and Tommy would be their own family. Though we should have seen how they acted from the beginning.
And that first dinner with Louis? Should we have seen the love between Rosamond and Louis that
That first
dinner?
dinner with Louis drifts up here as well, yes.
It's a crowded place, your attic.
Very.
And the new house will be as well. Louis' amazing dinners, Rosamond's piano playing, perhaps even grandchildren to laugh outside our hermitage as you write.
I need to work if I'm going to finish this by morning.
Open a window. I don't trust that old heater. The heat pump in the new house is the most amazing
But you can
thermodynamic.
talk to your heart's content about the engineering of the new house after you have sold this one out from under me and I am living in the empty halls of privilege built on the dead.
Built on the dead.
She'll never understand.
I said I might come. How many times do I have to repeat myself?
Of course. Have a good work.
Harsh.
Says the ghost who's always accusing them of forgetting you and moving on so easily.
Ghost. Is that what I am?
Call me Peter, please.
And me, Lillian.
And me, Rosamond.
Well, they're not going to call you Professor, are they, Rosamond?
Don't tease her.
You must have lots of stories to tell, living in the outlands.
Nothing much.
Surely that can't be true.
You study mathematics.
Nothing like you. But I've read your work on Barnett's conjecture a dozen times, just trying to see how I can push it forward and maybe...
You think you can push my work forward?
Dinner's not even ready, and you're both already giving Tommy examinations.
Quite right.
You're ambitious.
Yes, ma'am.
Lillian.
Yes, Lillian.
And brave.
You're brave coming here only a year after their death and proposing a way to make money off of their work.
Perhaps, sir, but someone is going to make money off their work. And Tommy's will clearly leaves everything to Rosamond and any profit they make from their patent. So it is for your benefit as well.
Oh, it's for our benefits.
Stop. Explain it to Rosamond like you did to me over the hollow.
But why didn't you hollow me?
Because I was Tommy's advisor, co-author on the paper. Why would he hollow you?
But I'm very happy to meet you, Peter.
I'm not sure I was brave in coming here as much as I was out of options.
Graduate work with me is a last resort.
I couldn't keep tutoring at Sacred Heart. Tutoring 7th graders in algebra and pre-calculus is fine, but every night I was going home and banging my head against Barnett's conjecture. So when Father John told me that his brother was married to the woman who wrote the book I was always carrying, what else could I do but hop on a cargo boat to St. Louis and the local limousine?
You could have sent us a hollow letting us know you were coming.
I can think of lots of things you could have done besides just showing up in our garden.
Did you even tell my brother you were doing this?
You could have seen if you meet our requirements for admission, for instance.
I mentioned when I gave my notice to Father John that I was going to contact you.
But not that you were going to turn up in our garden.
No, sir.
Peter, please, no honorifics.
You could have applied to the graduate school instead of just showing up on our doorstep.
I think it's cool they just showed up.
Rosamond, this is your late fiancé's patent and your inheritance. You needed to meet Louis in person over something so important.
Well, the basic idea is to take what Tommy did.
It's also Willa's inheritance.
My dear, this Willa person, whoever they are, must be dead. They have no presence in any of the municipal data clouds.
None of the data analysis department could discover anything, Louis.
I'm just saying that if this patent makes as much money as Louis says it can, we have to make sure Willa gets her half if we can find her.
I agree completely. Yeah, if you agree to my proposal, we should put into the contract that a certain portion of profit goes to try and find Willa.
But that would cut into your bottom line.
Whatever our history argues, riches aren't everything. We have to live with our consciences.
I would say that history clearly argues that riches aren't everything. I would have loved to see New Orleans before it was underwater, been able to hear the music there. But I was born too late because of the unrestrained hunt for riches, and now you come here telling us that Tommy's gift to me can make millions.
Probably more than millions.
That was not my point.
No, I understand you completely.
You'll have to forgive us a bit, Louis. We're a family of pure math, poetry, and piano. Aesthetics and philosophy are more to our strengths than venture capital.
We have to live with our consciences. Sounds like something Tommy would say.
Frankly, Lillian, I needed to see you in person to explain some, deficiencies and gaps in my schooling. I want to speak with you about them before I apply to see if you think I have any hope of getting into your PhD program.
What kind of deficiencies?
I don't have a master's degree.
How were you tutoring?
I was tutoring 7th graders at the edge of the outlands. Sacred Heart wasn't particular about my credentials.
It's impossible.
What is?
To enter a PhD program at the zoo without a master's degree, it isn't possible.
I think if you hear me out, you'll find that I
Oh,
actually...
it doesn't matter what I think. It's what Mizzou thinks. I could admit you, write a letter arguing for an exemption on the strongest evidence, but whatever secretary runs admissions in the graduate school, who probably has no college degree at all, will explain to me, a professor, why I'm incorrect.
Surely, though, with your reputation...
Oh,
you
Mizzou cares far more about counting beans than anything a faculty member has to say.
But Mom,
Oh, I've had undergraduates apply from Yale with letter of recommendation from some of the top minds in math. But the secretaries won't make an exception because somewhere in some Mizzou operating paper there is some sentence that says a PhD student can't be admitted without a master's degree first.
You're getting a little town versus gown, Lillian.
Of course it's town versus gown. The whole town is blaming secretaries and janitors losing their jobs on a 2% raise for faculty. When the problem is that the Missouri legislature gives the university less and less every year. There's a divide.
I anticipated that there might be this sort of problem. So, I was going through the catalog in the graduate handbook, and I think I figured out a way where I can actually...
I've been through this many times, and there is no exception, no matter what I might wish, period.
but Mom,
The article Tommy wrote about how their algorithm made the Hollow concert possible in Warsaw is published. The university is going to use the patents that belong to it. But Louis points out that if we move swiftly, we can use the patents you inherited to create a company
but
instead
Mom,
of-
Tommy was working on that first as a present for me and then as a passion. They didn't want to make money.
Well, I'm not sure they would have been opposed to making money. None of us at this table have had to live at the good graces of Catholic charities.
Rosamond, of course. I think there's money to be made here, but I truly believe that Tommy's invention can be a successful communications company. It could even be part of the solution to international travel.
Having a guest pianist able to interact with an orchestra half a world away with no delay or noticeable visual distinction between human and hologram is amazing, of course. But that does not replace the experience that Rosamond would have had if she had traveled to Warsaw.
Perhaps I should stress part, it is only part of the solution to international travel missions, like mediated communication. Since its inception, there are times when it is useful and times where in person is better. That's why I'm here taking advantage of your hospitality. My point is, if you allow me to incorporate your inheritance and allow me to fuse it with venture capital, I think everyone at this table stands to receive windfall. Plus, Tommy's invention is out in the world doing the good work that we wanted to do. It's a tribute to Tommy.
I'm sorry, but a corporation that puts profits ahead of human experience is not a tribute that Tommy would
Dad,
have
stop, please. How much money do we have to put in?
No money at all. Your contributions are the patents that Tommy left to you. You would allow the company to use them. We wouldn't even purchase them entirely. We'll option them for 5 years, and if nothing has come of it by then, they revert to you.
Do you have all of this in writing?
Honey, this is not what Tommy would want
Are
with
you
any...
really in a position to know that, Dad? Do you think of the three of us sitting here at this table that you knew them best, that somehow your heart is more pure than ours?
Oh, he didn't say
But
that.
he means it. Every action he does means it. What's the proper way to mourn? Ask him. He's got a whole Hamlet lecture about it. Mourning to him is a spectacle. Do you have a contract in the cloud?
Yes.
Send it to our lawyer. If it's as you say, you have a deal.
Oh, wonderful! See, I knew coming here was the right thing to do.
Ironic that a face-to-face was necessary to create a virtual meeting company.
Yeah, and that's all that came from a virtual piano concert from the pandemic.
Oh, Rosamond, you should play for Louis. He's never heard you play.
Oh, I would love that.
But Mom, what about when Dad got Rebecca into the English PhD, even though she didn't have a master's?
That is actually what
That's not a bad point.
That was an English PhD, honey, not one in math.
Meaning?
Well, technically, the mathematics PhD is housed in computer science engineering. And English is, well, you know.
In the humanities?
You said it, not me.
I don't have a problem with that. You think that's an insult?
They could put that into the PhD program because she took the classes and did the assignments along the way for the masters.
They did it for Rebecca, is all I'm saying.
I was going through the catalog and I created a curriculum that would essentially have me getting my master's on my way to the PhD.
Well, the graduate school has never done it for me. Perhaps Peter should write the letter and I'll simply sign it.
Will you write them that letter?
I will.
Thank you, sir!
Peter, please.
Peter! Thank you, Peter.
Anyway, don't thank me yet. Lillian's right that only once has the grad school allowed an exception. At least that I know
You
of.
have to get them to take Tommy.
Why don't you play something for them?
What now? No.
I would love that.
Come now. You're starting a master's of your own in Juilliard. The audiences there will be more intimidating than we are.
You're going to New York in the fall.
I'll be back a lot, for breaks and holidays, and it's only a 2-year program, so after that,
After that, you'll have your degree in Juilliard contacts and you'll be a concert pianist at the music capitals of the world. Not coming back to Columbia, Missouri.
the future is long and uncertain, Dad.
I just hardly think.
Fine.
Perhaps Chopin's
Scherzo number 1 in B minor? Perhaps not.
It's my favorite.
Yes,
I see that.
How about... How's that, Dad? As good as the Chopin? Dad, hello. Dad,
Sorry, what?
as good as the Chopin?
No. I mean, it was lovely. And I miss you up here playing in your little brown baby grand. That was so difficult to get up here, yet so essential that you could play while I wrote.
Come on, Dad. You need to pack up. Let Augusta get her dressed for us. Let us get you some movers. This house isn't ours at midnight.
Are the new owners moving in at midnight?
Well, I don't think so, but they technically could. And I'm playing with the Viennese Orchestra via Lent tomorrow, so I can't stay up too
I'll
late.
have to finish before then.
Is it a new poem?
Today? Yes. But part of the same series.
What's it about?
It's an elegy.
Predictable. An elegy for...
I think you know.
They want you to move on. They want you to be happy.
I thought you knew me.
I'm happy, Dad. I love Louis, and he loves you and Mom.
I'd like her a little less happy.
Oh, you wouldn't?
I wouldn't what?
I'm writing about a youth who dies in a pandemic.
This is definitely not a poem about me and Mom and Tommy and putting yourself and your morning at the center of everything yet
Every
again.
poem has a bit of the author in it.
Why are you still writing elegies 5 years
It
later?
can take years to write a book of
Aren't
poetry.
you over
5 years is-
2041 yet?
I think it marked me forever, darling girl.
Well, I'm over it. I even liked it. It was an excuse to stop the cutthroat piano concert career and come back here to live with you and Mom.
And me.
And Tommy.
Yes, and to be with Tommy. I look back on 2041 fondly, Dad. I would have never spent a whole year living with you and Mom without it. And I got a year with Tommy.
Nearly a year.
Nearly a year.
More than I would have traveling from concert hall to concert hall around the
And
globe.
now you've given that all up to be the heiress of calamity's
I
fortune.
still play when I want to by hollow or in person, but it's on my terms. I got off the self-destructive track of ambition that wouldn't have happened without the pandemic. I missed my friends, but it was a good year.
Rounded with a little sleep.
That is a rosy outlook, Rosie.
Don't call me that. No one gets to call me that anymore. That was just for Tommy.
Get him, Rosie.
Honey, it is okay to feel sad and to love.
I
the
don't
current
feel
life.
sad. Do you see me locking myself away alone in an attic when you could be spending days with your wife and daughter? Do you think wasting whatever time we have together, refusing to see us, is the way to live a fruitful life? You think that's what Tommy would want?
I don't know. Is that what Tommy would want?
You know it isn't. Are these piles of paper worth being away from me and Mom these past few weeks when we know from terrible experience that you never know when someone walking out that door and saying goodbye is the last goodbye you get to say? The last time I played for Tommy.
The Chopin Scherzo.
Come on, Dad. Come be with me and Mom and don't shut off the most human part of yourself for this. Come to dinner.
I'm writing.
Your laptop isn't even on. You know, it kind of hurts Louie's feelings that you still use a laptop when he got you that data implant. You could at least let the doctors install it.
I can't write without typing.
So you just wear the lens and the data implant will project the keyboard and screen that will feel tactile to you with internal
You are
vibrations.
lucky I don't have a typewriter.
What's that?
Like a laptop with paper.
Ew.
We have evolved some. Your first piano lessons were with physical books. Before you got the lens.
Wasteful. Speaking of,
Keeping that is not a waste.
Augusta didn't even finish it.
There wasn't a reason to, was there?
And here's Tommy's suit.
I was a little surprised that you didn't wear the dress with Louis.
Oh, you're in trouble.
What the fuck, Dad?
No, I just-
This was going to be my wedding dress with Tommy. Why would I wear it with another person? Tommy, Dad!
I know.
Louis is a good man.
What a fine chef.
He made our family rich.
Okay, I'm not denying
He
it.
loves me and Mom, even you for some reason.
What is that supposed to
You
mean?
treat him like shit, and all he does is cook for you, build you a house, invite you to
didn't
live with
ask
us.
for-
You and Mom are getting older, so Louis, it was Louis' idea. Louis built you a guest house on the property with an amazing
But I
office.
had no
And Mom
input
even
in
moved it.
that.
You won't even say thank you! God, you won't even get the data implant for the lens he got you so you can finish this stupid book. You just stay up here in this horrible drafty attic that smells like gas and pretend to use a laptop that barely works.
It's not a stupid
And
book.
why? Because you think that Tommy would want this? Do you think that when Tommy died, they wanted us to just stop our lives? Do you think they wouldn't want us to have money? Then why did they make me their heir? Why did they leave the patent to me? Who else would I leave it to?
And to Willa.
Whoever that is. They never mentioned Willa to me, and despite all of our idiotic attempts to find her, Willa isn't around. She probably died in the pandemic too. But Tommy put me in their will. They wanted me to have the patent, even if they didn't know how much money it was ultimately going to make. And Louis is a good man who I love, and you should love too. I'm grateful for all of this good fortune. Why can't you be?
it's a pretty dress, and it's a shame that it wasn't finished and that you never got to wear it. I didn't think when I said that you could have worn it to your wedding with Louis.
Fireworks were great, though. Say something else stupid.
I didn't think... I'm sorry.
This is a waste of material. We should let Augusta make something out of it. Tommy's suit, too.
You kept the turquoise bracelet that Tommy gave you.
How did you know that?
Louis told me before the contractors broke ground on the new house.
I didn't know you knew.
You kept the bracelet. Why not keep the dress?
I don't know, Dad. It just feels different. Come on, we have to get these dress forms and you out of this attic.
Oh, I'm a mere dress form now?
Come to dinner, and I'll play you something on that little upright you got me when I was 7. I'll even light you a real fire to sit by while I play, despite the massive carbon tax the AI adds to our bill every time we light it.
Okay.
Yeah?
Louis' cooking. You're playing in the parlor afterwards? How can I not?
Thank you, Daddy.
But we can skip the real fire if it adds to the world's destruction.
Absolutely. You want me to tell you a secret?
Always.
I wish I could fly to Vienna and play with the symphony in person.
What about the lens and the biohaptics?
Well, it's not quite the same as in person, is it?
A little gratitude would be nice.
But it saves the world. For you. And my grandchildren.
Ooh, what grandchildren?
Hypothetical.
Louis wants them too.
You should do what you want.
Kids seem like a lot of work.
Nothing is more work than a child. Nothing is more worth it either. At least for me.
Okay, Columbia, send us a robo ride to take us to the new house. Okay, Columbia? Okay, Mizzou? Right, the AI doesn't work up here. I will go downstairs and call the robo ride. Come on.
Going to have whatever gourmet meal my replacement cooks for you?
I need to.
It's fine. Go. Maybe I am a demon keeping you from doing what's right. Yeah. Or maybe I really am Tommy's ghost. And you're just gonna leave me here to haunt this house. Till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. You don't know what sins I committed in the outlands.
You okay?
Or maybe I'm the manifestation of your brain snapping its last chords of sanity, and if you go with her, you'll be bringing the winter of discontent into their glorious summer. Do you really want to infect them with your guilt?
No.
With your own personal plague?
Okay?
No, you're not.
I'm fine.
I can't go right now.
But Dad,
I'll come for dinner. I need to pick this up a little so that the movers know what to pack.
well, it's just paper and books. They can throw it in boxes.
No!
Contagions need to be destroyed before they spread.
I need the papers in order. I'll come for dinner. Okay, hon?
You want me to help?
No. No, this
This is something I need to do alone.
I love you so much.
Okay, Dad, I love you too. Okay, Dad, this hug is hurting me a little.
Oh, sorry.
Are you crying? It's okay to be sad leaving here. I loved playing for you while you roamed.
You have gotten so big.
You have gotten so old. Dad,
Yes?
you know I miss Tommy, right?
Yes.
She misses you? Are you crying now?
Do ghosts cry? What are you?
Yes. If this isn't nice, I don't know what is.
My fortunes have corrupted honest men.
Shakespeare.
Yes, but which play?
Julius Caesar.
A venture capitalist that knows their Shakespeare.
I went to a lovely little liberal art school to get lost in knowledge for knowledge's sake before Yale Law.
So, have my fortunes corrupted you? An honest man?
Mark Antony's fatal flaw was that he wanted to live a carefree life with Cleopatra and rule Rome. Luckily, I did it in the right order. I made all the money I needed, had all the power I wanted, and now I can live a carefree life with Rosamond.
So, Mark Antony's flaw was simply an order of operations error.
Now, you know I can't outthink you, Peter. But being born with enough money to invest in the right idea at the right time, that I could do. I mean, not that it was much more than luck. Tommy's the genius that made all of this possible.
Do you see how hard he makes it to hate him?
Yet somehow I manage.
But you don't find it odd talking about Tommy?
Why would I?
I can't imagine.
Well, they were earlier.
You know Rosamond still has one piece of jewelry that Tommy gave to her?
No.
Yes, you do. You just told Rosamond about it.
Wait, this is 2045. A year ago. How are you doing this?
Maybe she has more. I'm sure many of our possessions remind her of them in one way or another, but there is one piece I know for sure was a gift from Tommy. I even heard LILLIAN tell the story. It was at the dinner with Tommy for... That doesn't matter much. But it's a beaded bracelet of turquoise. Simple. Very old. I don't know much about the history of the Outlands. Perhaps you will know it if you saw it.
Yes.
Well, she keeps it in her jewelry box. I don't think she knows that I know, but it isn't particularly hidden when the box is open. And whenever she asks me to fasten the clasp of a necklace, I can often see the turquoise. It is so beautiful.
Tommy said that turquoise symbolized life, wealth, and well, for the cliff dwellers thousands of years ago, I suppose it brought those things to Rosamond.
It's amazing to think that people used to be able to live in the Outlands.
Tommy did.
Well, yes, but I can't imagine very comfortably, and especially not without powerful geothermal cooling units.
I've never known how comfortably they lived there.
Perhaps you will.
Well, how can I learn now? Can you tell me? If you're just in my mind, it would be a fever dream, but if you're a ghost...
And if I'm a demon, I could spin a tale to corrupt you further.
When I learned Tommy had given it to her so early in their relationship, I can understand why.
And you're not bothered?
I can never forgive destiny that I hadn't a chance to meet that splendid person.
But it might have been awkward about Rosie, you know.
She doesn't like to be called that. Quite right.
She's more possessive of the nickname than anything else I gave her.
But it's not awkward for you?
Look, I never think of Tommy as a writer. I think of them as... Ooh, I I think of them as a sibling, an adored and gifted sibling.
So you built a lake.
So I built a lake. I think it came out splendidly.
And the house will be built there?
Yes, and if I could spoil a surprise.
Please do.
Well, we are going to build you and Lillian a guest house right up against the lake so you can be near us. But have your own space, and we're building it exactly as you like it. Dark wood built-in bookshelves, everything dark greens and crimsons. A picture window so you can watch the sunset behind the lake or watch the storms roll in from the west. Even a fireplace.
Fireplace?
We know how much you love them. It's worth the carbon tax.
Louis, this sounds
What
lovely.
good is money if not to spend them on those who we love?
Louis, you misunderstand.
I know. It may seem extravagant, but we know how much you love waterfront property.
You built this lake for me?
We did. Lillian wanted to be a surprise, but I'm ruining it. I'm just too excited to not tell you.
Louis,
We've been working with Lillian, but if you want different types of furniture or wood, nothing set in stone.
this is very nice, but
I think nothing of it. We're happy to do it.
He's like a golden retriever who's good at patent law.
I don't want a new house.
Moving is always difficult, but we can afford to hire the best packers and movers. You won't even have to lift a finger.
I like where I am.
In the attic?
Over the years, it shaped me. Or perhaps I've shaped it. Either way, I fit there.
Okay, you'll change your mind when you see the renderings.
They don't understand how you can hide behind your desk in the attic.
And Lillian is in on this?
She and Rosamond have been talking to the architects and interior designers like two excited children wrapping Christmas presents for their parents.
They don't understand how you can be alone and safe or risk being touched like you so desperately want, and safety always wins.
But no, this timeline doesn't make sense. This is a year ago. I wasn't like this then.
Weren't you?
Lillian and Rosamond are planning on telling you at dinner tonight. Would you please pretend to be surprised? For their sake, I'm afraid I'll let my excitement take something away from them.
Yes, of course.
Fantastic, they're excited to tell you.
Weren't you like this even before I died?
Not with you.
Yes!
Isn't it odd there was one graduate student you loved so much you risked safety to connect?
And look what happened.
Okay, we should get going. Okay, Columbia.
Yes, Louis?
Send a robo-ride back to the professor's house.
A robo-ride will arrive in 13 minutes.
Come on. Don't want to be late for dinner?
But no, even if I was like this a year ago, surely I wasn't like this before you died. I was always with Rosamond. She and I connected.
She was your chance to reshape a childhood. The only time I saw you in rage, not angry, but rage, was when you were worried you were going to fail Rosamond. Rage is so different than anger. Anger is a healthy response to being wrong, but rage is a forest fire raging through your mind, hot, red, exploding trees and unable to be contained. If you thought failing Rosamond would lead you to rage, how close would you let yourself be?
I never thought of that.
I must not be a figment of your brain if I know something you don't.
But
With
Lillian,
whom you made a beautiful partner. But you were most comfortable writing alone in your attic. Safety versus connection.
no, this all started when you died.
Look, it's your garden.
Who will look after this garden if I leave this house?
Someone else? Or no one?
It might die.
I have fought this vine back my entire life to keep it from smothering the other plants.
Not your whole life.
My real life, this part of, you know what I mean. Since I've been here with Lillian and Rosamond.
The part of your life when you think you had human connections.
It's an invasive species. It grows faster than I can cut it back.
You need to destroy the contagion.
I can't kill the vine without killing the other
The
plants.
contagion is so enmeshed that to destroy it would destroy everything?
Just cut it back. Like Sisyphus.
That seems hyperbolic. That gate is where I first said hello. Do you want to see if you were withdrawn in a human
I would
before
rather
I
not
died?
do this.
Excuse me, sir, are you Professor St. Peter?
Please remove both honorifics. They are far too heavy for me to bear.
What?
You would think I'd be able to bear the rank of professor, since it is accurate, but I saw far too many people who were as deserving or more so than me passed over that I hardly think I warrant it. And Saint. My name may be St. Peter, thanks to French-Canadian ancestors, but Saint is far too much for me to live up to. Just call me Peter.
Isn't that your last name?
My first name is Godfrey. Another embarrassment of my family that every firstborn son must bear that heavy name.
How is it heavy, sir?
Godfrey. Saint Peter. Do you know who Saint Peter is?
The gatekeeper of heaven.
And I am no gatekeeper of heaven. Nor am I a professor today, since it is Saturday. Think of me simply as a soul cultivating his garden. Now that you have had to endure my lecture, what can I do for you?
I want to go to grad school here, Professor St. Peter, and I've come to ask you and your wife for advice. I don't know anybody in the town.
And you want to enter the English department, I take it?
No, sir.
You do know that I'm Director of Graduate Studies for the English department, right?
Yes, sir, but I want to enter the PhD program for the mathematics department.
Ah, hence wanting advice from Lillian.
Yes, sir.
Where did you do your master's?
I only have a bachelor's from the Hollow campus at Southern New Hampshire University, sir. That's the trouble.
Yes, I hardly see how you can enter Lillian's program with just a BA. And from a Hollow campus at that? Where are you from?
New Mexico, sir. Just at the edge of the habitable zone. I haven't been to school like you or earned my master's, but I studied with your brother.
Oh, you know John?
Father John taught me Latin and the classical humanities, and I studied math on my own.
I don't know why you think I'm some sort of a gatekeeper for Lillian's program.
Well, I have an idea that I'd like to run by you.
How did you happen to come by our house instead of the registrar?
After I worked in the Outlands, I wanted to see.
You worked in the
And
Outlands?
it's not worth getting into.
Oh, I'm sure that's not true.
I went back to Taos. I knew your brother through Catholic Charities since they placed me in my foster home and saw my education through Catholic schooling. I got work tutoring algebra for the junior high, but at night I was struggling my way through classic pure math equations. I got really into Barnett's conjecture, and when your brother saw me carrying the newest work on
It
it,
was by my wife.
he told me that he happened to know the woman who wrote it.
Well, that is some coincidence.
Aren't all our lives only the sum total of our coincidences?
So what's your name?
Tom.
And this is your luggage? Is more stored somewhere?
I stored a trunk at the station. I came here as a passenger on a cargo bot.
Cargo bot? Not a bullet train? How are you fixed for money?
I'm rather awkwardly fixed.
How so?
If you were to write to a bank in Taos, you would find that I have money in the bank, 2 accounts, actually. I can't touch it, though. But I have enough saved from the tutoring job.
Why do you have 2 accounts with money that you can't touch?
One account is a trust for someone else whose bonus I got for staying on a job alone, and the other, I wouldn't touch any more than if it was stolen. But I'm hoping to find work here.
And you've no family?
My parents died in 2020. They were the last of our family tree except for me.
I'm so sorry. How old were you?
7. But the Catholic Charities at my parents' parish took me in. I was a teenager when your brother was assigned to our parish, which was lucky for me, because that was when I was sorting out my gender identity. He didn't seem to care, or rather he listened and was helpful.
Yes, John would be.
Peter, won't you invite your new friend in for dinner?
Yes, of course. They wish to speak with you anyway.
No, I can come back after
Oh,
dinner.
nonsense. Come in.
Oh, I'm not used to wooden floors.
Oh, they're recently waxed. Don't be
It's okay, I
embarrassed.
think it's cute. I should get going.
You're the one who lives here.
I should get going. Yeah.
Let me get you a robo ride back to your
No,
motel.
I can pay for my own ride.
Oh, nonsense. Okay, Columbia?
Yes, Lillian?
Please send a robo ride to our house to take one passenger to the...
Western Inn.
and on my account.
A robo-ride will be arriving in approximately 17 minutes.
I have to repay you for dinner.
Oh, that's not necessary.
I've never really had a home life like this. It was amazing being a part of it, even if it was just for one night. I believe that the very best pottery is that of the cliff dwellers from when the outlands were habitable. This is one of the real old ones. I would know because I got it on myself. I don't know just how old, but we found it in a layer of earth under the most recent artifacts.
We?
But what dig are you talking about?
In the outlands. Sometimes you unearth artifacts and you can tell something about their age by how deep they're buried. Do you see this coating of black on the bottom? That's not from firing the clay. It's the eye. You can scratch it off. It's soot. From when it was on the cook fire last. And that was probably before any Europeans landed on these shores. Nothing makes these people seem so real to me than their old pots with the fire black still on them. It's like a piece of their soul is in the vessel somehow. That one's yours, ma'am, if you like it.
Oh, no, I couldn't take this. You must keep it for yourself, or give it to a museum.
I'd rather break it than give it to a museum. But I'd like this one to have a good home, among your nice things. I don't have a place to keep it. It's big, it's in my way. My trunk of fragments is still at the station, but I was afraid to leave this one. You don't get them out whole like that very often.
And get them out of what? From where?
From the outlands. Maybe someday I can tell you. I'm sorry, sir, but I don't have much to give you that I think you would like, unless you like this blanket. It was an old friend's and she got it in old Mexico. I believe it's old. It's comfortable and warm.
Thank you.
And Rosamond. If you don't mind, I'd like to give you this.
What a beautiful bracelet. What stone is that?
Turquoise. The way it looks straight from the mines before the jewelers have tampered with it and made it look green. This is the way the cliff dwellers liked it. Take it with you to Juilliard and think of me every now and then.
I can't take this. It's worth too much.
It's immeasurably priceless, but it brings back memories of... I've got no use for it. But if you like it,
I do. I do.
They were interesting, weren't they? Certainly something new in a prospective grad student.
You can still see the bracelet, can't you?
We invite a young ragamuffin to dinner, thinking we'll help them to save their pennies, and they depart leaving priceless gifts.
You can still see how the bracelet was a symbol and an idea to me. Not something to be measured in dollars and cents.
Everything you saw was the symbol of something larger and finer and beyond the profane. The eye of a poet, a musician, a pure mathematician. That's why you felt like family with us from that very first day. A long-lost child come home.
Have you ever wondered what an orphan would risk to please their adopted parents? Well, whatever the circumstances, it's great. We're all under one roof.
No, we are not doing
That's incorrect. It was 2041 during the lockdown. You said, such a shame the pandemic means ROSAMOND had to put her career on pause to be here. Say it. Say it right now!
It's such a shame that the pandemic means ROSAMOND has to put her career on pause to be here.
Very good. And then I said, well, I have a surprise that might help with that, but I want to tell everyone at once, so we have to wait for Lillian to finish her monologue. Incorrect, say your lines.
I can't believe they're still making you teach Math 101 in person.
Very good. Well, it gave me more time to work with the exascale computer, which I needed to use for my surprise tonight.
They could have at least given you a bigger classroom so that you could spread out and not be packed in like cattle.
Really, we were packed in like cannon fodder for the university's bottom line, weren't we?
There was nothing I could do.
You could have told me that Math 101 wasn't worth the risk. To drop out, wait it out, so many things, but you didn't.
I tried to get you a bigger classroom.
You gave up! Retreated up here to your desk and left the rest of grad students like me!
Okay, what's this big surprise?
Since you opened up your house to me, even though I'm teaching in person and I'm bringing home who knows what germs.
Stop. We're happy to have you. And we couldn't have you spend the entire pandemic in that little room you rent.
And it's one thing to be together long distance when I'm in New York, but to have a long distance relationship when you're just across town would be silly.
I do wish you didn't have to give up your concerts, though. You didn't need to come home and take care of us.
I didn't want to spend the pandemic locked down in my little New York City rat trap. I couldn't have traveled to do concerts anyway.
Can't believe the airline and hotel don't have to refund our trip to Warsaw.
Can we stop whining about that? It's just what it is. A tiny inconvenience amongst all this death.
I was just really looking forward to seeing you play Chopin with the orchestra in Wajinki Park. It's so clever to do concerts outdoors and distanced.
Are you ready?
I already remember you. Isn't that what this is all about? I remember you. Everything about you, every elegy I write is about you. Why do you have to show me this?
Well, that's a nice segue in my gift for ROSAMOND. Since I'm being forced to be on campus, I've been working with the exascale computer on a new project. I realized that Lillian's progress on Barnett's conjecture could be applied math in a new way to realize much faster distributed computation in a holocall.
Oh, yes, I see.
I'm sure that made sense, but what?
How much faster?
No lag. Real time.
Oh, not really.
I've done small tests and yes.
Still no idea.
I've created a new way for holo communication to work. You could be here and play your concert in Warsaw.
No, but people have tried that and there's always a lag.
Not with mine.
But how would I connect to the piano?
It's the same premise. With the same network connecting two pianos. You would hear the orchestra, see the conductor with no lag, and it will look like you're sitting at the piano playing along.
But that's amazing!
And Peter!
It's also a bit of a present for you.
I know it was a punch in the gut to have to give up hearing her play Chopin in Warsaw.
But I didn't ask you to stay in the lab and do something like this.
You couldn't get me out of teaching in person. And you wouldn't stop whining about the Warsaw concert, so I stayed on campus longer than I had to. I wanted to make you happy.
Can I see the code?
It's in my cloud. I'll send it to your holo.
My holo's downstairs. This is amazing.
God, I'm speechless.
You're happy?
So happy! I can't wait to get married once we can invite people in person. I need to practice. Okay.
It wasn't just a present. It was also proof of concept.
And patents.
Some mine, some the universities.
And then came Louis.
No. Then came a holocall, which you didn't even know happened because you were up here.
Did you two hear the holo ring?
What's wrong?
It was Boone Hospital's ER.
Is it someone we know?
It's Tommy. What about them? Honey, tell me. They haven't. They're in the cardiothoracic ICU. ROSAMOND?
And what did you do?
I
I went to see you.
But you couldn't.
Well, they weren't letting anybody in.
Another failure.
I tried.
Not very hard.
You sat up here in the safety of your little sanctuary, taught your classes downstairs via holo, and let me die. Whatever I am, you know that's true. Now I require a sacrifice.
Do it. I said, do it.
Don't make me repeat myself!
I don't think my life will be enough to purify my soul.
Let's find out. Could a ghost do that? Or was it just a draft? Who else is in this room that could have blown it out? And why aren't you getting up to relight it? To open a window?
What if I don't get up? How much is a person required to exert themselves against an accident? How would St. Peter decide such a case? I haven't lifted a hand against myself. Am I required to lift one for myself?
Sounds like he has a lot to think through. How about I tell you what I did in the Outlands? That doesn't look good. All of you better leave. I have to set up to tell you about the Outlands, and you can't be here for that. Go to the bathroom, get a drink, go to the lobby, and come back in 10, 15 minutes. When we're all together, I'll tell you what forged a student he thought was worthy of ascension. Go on now. All of you. For real, I have to set up for the Outlands, and you can't be here for that. The house manager will look after it. You! Don't you want to see the Outlands? Of course you do. Right this way. Come on! The 8th month.
The 8th month where?
The sun outside creating a deadly, dazzling display dripping over the mesa every morning outside the prefab trailer's sole window.
Is this real?
Only under the moon's careful watch could we leave the trailer. Under stars made ancient due to the lack of light pollution.
Who's we?
Hundreds of square miles of solar panels like a dark, flat, manufactured mesa only 10 feet off the ground. Millions of crickets in their rearing pens under the false mesa's shade.
Tommy, can you see me?
Of course I can see the man responsible for my death.
What's happening?
2031, 8 months into the year, I lived in the outlands repairing solar panels and farming crickets.
Oh, awful.
I was 18. Finally done with my foster home, and this job paid enough to save a little since room and board were covered.
But here, in this prefab corporation break room nightmare?
Perhaps an orphan with no prospects has different tolerances than a man looking a gift house in the mouth.
The cost is my family demolishing my entire history. They're demolishing your history, too.
I know something about demolishing history.
Okay, I get it. You're showing me that you had to spend a year in a prefab trailer in an uninhabited
The bots could
region
do
while-
most of the work. So the job didn't require much time. I studied math via hollow at Southern New Hampshire University. I read unsolvable pure math equations for fun. I had good company.
The long-lost Willa, I presume?
Writing poetry.
A poet?
Surprise.
What kind of poetry did she write?
She was working on a series of poems about environmental self-destruction, which, unsurprisingly, did not get a big advance from a publisher.
So she wanted a job that wasn't too taxing.
She lost her family in 2020 just like me. But she was 17, not 7. She didn't have the Catholic charities to protect her. A young woman on her own, with few ways to make money. The easy work in the outlands wasn't the appeal, safety was. Why don't you just sit down and watch instead of letting your privilege and lack of imagination get in the way of my story?
I just keep telling myself every first draft is shit.
Whatever delusions you need to keep writing those things.
Hush yourself. I'll go the unsolvable math problems.
I'm just reading as much pure math as I can. I'm not trying to solve anything.
That is not English.
No, it is. Look, I could explain
No
this theory.
thanks, Thomasina.
Thomasina?
I was still working on some things.
It'll be dark soon. Do you want to eat before or after?
After. I am so tired of cricket loaf.
We could break into some of the supplies the last cargo bot dropped off. I think there's some chocolate.
We need to make that last until next month's drop. We should just have the cricket loaf. There's going to be plenty of extra protein extract after tonight's processing.
Okay. The solar panels in mile 58 are flickering for some reason, and the crickets in bays 90 through 110 are ready for processing. Do you want mechanics or protein?
You do the crickets. They pop like popcorn, you know.
Crickets?
You're supposed to freeze them before harvesting so they painlessly go to sleep before cooking and grinding, but nothing freezes in the outlands.
Well, you cook them alive?
First we pull out the long screen frames and slide them into the racks of the mobile crematorium, euphemistically called the processing
The
bot.
cricket meat in the stores is burnt alive.
Then the grinder, making sure the protein slop fills the molds properly, and then shipping them off to Taos on a cargo bot.
I'll never be able to eat cricket again.
I preferred the solar panels, the engineering and simple math of a semiconductor, but nothing like the beautiful mathematics I read in every free moment.
Did you see the hollow?
We got a hollow?
The company wants to expand the southwest corner. Once the digging bots and contractor rovers are dropped off, we're going to be getting big bonuses because they actually need a fair bit of human help.
How big?
Big enough to put you through grad school.
When do the new bots get here?
Tomorrow, so we should get some sleep.
The last thing I did before we slept through the deadly day was put out the blackout curtain over our east-facing window. Before I did, I would watch the colors play on the mesa as the sun rose. The rock itself had a deep, purplish cast. It looked like a naked blue rock set down alone on the plain, almost a cube. It looked impassable because the sides were so steep. I don't know why I didn't research the one landmark I saw every day. If I had, it might have saved some trouble. What will you do with your bonus?
Right. Take it all, find some place cheap to live, and write. Fuck day jobs. And you can go make something of yourself. A doctor of mathematics, so fancy. That's some starving poet.
Any thoughts as to where you might live while you're writing?
Not Taos.
Definitely not Taos.
Someplace green.
Someplace with a grad school?
Someplace with a PhD in mathematics.
Maybe.
Maybe. Hush yourself now. Sleep.
Okay. It stayed that way for weeks. Talking about money in our bunks during the day and spending nights under floodlights helping the bots break new ground. They got stuck in sand, we dug them out, closer to our bonus. They broke a chisel drilling into rock. We replaced the chisel closer to our bonus. They couldn't identify objects in the way with AI. We moved the objects closer to our...
This is what the bots couldn't identify.
Those look like the pots the natives sell in Taos.
Buried out here?
This says that there were ancient cliff dwellers. There were digs on the mesa in the 1900s.
The sides of the rock are so steep, how could anyone live up there?
Well, the cliff dwellers must have brought them down here for some reason.
Maybe they were migrating because of some type of climate change.
We can't let the bots dig through there and destroy all this.
Do you think they're worth something?
Could be.
What are we going to tell the company?
Say it's rocky ground and we need to do some excavation before the bots can go on.
The cameras must have seen me dig these out. They're gonna know they're not rocks.
Oops! The cameras on the bots are malfunctioning for some reason. And it looks like we lost about 24 hours of surveillance footage.
What a shame.
Truly a shame. Now show me where you got those. The bots were hushed at night. Only the silence of the outlands as we worked under the floodlights. I cataloged everything we dug up. Holding their objects was like communing with their holy ghosts. The very ground we stood on was a shrine uniting us with their relics.
Hey, the company wants to know why the bots still weren't excavating. They're saying we aren't going to get our bonuses if we don't get them up and running.
But there's so much more. We can't let the bots...
We've already got quite the collection, and most of it's just shards and fragments.
Well, maybe an archaeologist would understand what this is. Maybe it would explain why the cliff dwellers disappeared from the mesa.
The company says we lose our bonuses if the bots aren't digging by the end of the week.
Well, then that gives us 5 days.
To do what?
To see if these shards are worth anything.
You think they're worth more than our bonuses?
They're kind of priceless, aren't they?
Everything has a price.
Well, sure, but you know what I mean.
Let's just get out as much as we can in the next 5 days and get the bots back on by Friday so we don't lose our bonuses.
We need real archaeologists out here, a team that can really do the work. We probably should have from the start.
We can't put the company off forever. If we tell archaeologists what's here, they may shut down the expansion and delay the dig past Friday so we lose everything.
But it should be shut down.
Thomasina, there are some nice pieces like these, but most of it's junk.
Don't call it junk.
Even if archaeologists say to shut it down, the company's gonna do what it wants. We should just take what we already got and get our bonuses. Who are we? 2 orphans in the outlands? You think the company will listen to us?
Maybe this stuff isn't even that important.
Right. Nothing on the cloud says that archaeologists were looking for missing artifacts when they excavated the cliff dwellings.
But this is all writing from the 1900s. Archaeology must have advanced. Maybe now we can get some more updated.
Look, right here. All the artifacts from the cliff houses on the mesa were in a museum in Santa Fe until it became uninhabitable. Then they moved to the Smithsonian. And the Smithsonian Hollow says they're not on display. Do you really want to lose your bonus so that these shards of pots can be boxed up in the Smithsonian closet?
Do you think you could hold down the fort if I went to Taos for a few days?
Well, sure, but hold down the fort seems pretty offensive in this context.
I'll take some of this stuff to a university in Taos and see if an archaeologist there thinks it's worth anything.
But we don't want to stop the dig.
Only if it's worth anything, and I think it might be.
I guess there's no harm in checking.
Great. I'll hop on a cargo bot tonight after it cools down. Monday, a canvas seat, metal bars digging into my thighs. The archaeology department will go crazy when they see. Smiling, trying to find a comfortable way to lean into the webbed back. Sweat running down my face, even in the dead of night. Tuesday, A plastic chair. A hall with prefab carpet. A closed door. The secretary said the chair of the departments was in meetings, but could see me later. I didn't even go to the bathroom for fear of missing out on the professor. A grad student took pity. She said, that's what secretaries say. Father John said I could sleep on a cot in the fellowship room. He looked worried for some reason. Wednesday, a hard wooden straight back chair. The lobby of the Taos Historic Museum's director. Secretary said he was in meetings, but could see me later. When? She wasn't sure. Another night on the cot. Father John brought my favorite tamales. Speaking fast, tomorrow I'll try the Museum of Indian Arts and Cultures. I should have gone there first. They're sure to... Father John ate in silence during my monologue. Thursday, a padded chair. The Museum of Indian Arts and Cultures, earthenware vessels, tools, even shards in well-lit glass cases. The secretary said 4:30 since I didn't have an appointment. Closing my eyes to relish the geothermal cooling unit. Someone shaking me. A janitor, 7 p.m. I had to go. Father John and I were both silent that night. Friday. Willa, I guess you're out with the crickets. No one would... Willa, I really wish you would have gone with me. Canvas seat, metal bars, webbed bag. No one met me at our camp's cargo station. The silence of the outlands replaced with the sound of bots crunching through rock. I made it to our trailer first.
I'm sorry no one would see you.
Why are they digging?
It's Friday. You didn't find anyone that wants to buy this stuff, but this way we still get our bonuses. Say something.
I'm not saying anything because there's too much to say.
We hit the jackpot with these bonuses. They can make a life together.
Whether to destroy these or not wasn't up to us.
Did you not hear me? With our bonuses, we can make a life together.
Why would we do that?
We talked about... What?
You made this decision without me.
What decision?
To turn the box back on.
But it's Friday. We talked about this, that we wouldn't lose our bonuses.
These relics were sanctified to survive centuries, to let us commune with their spirits.
They're just old clay.
There's something more, something spiritual about them.
I should have just broken that damn pot and never shown it to you.
Well, you make sure no one will see anything else from this civilization. This civilization that was here before us, that were our ancestors.
You don't look like you have any Native American in you.
Our ancestors in the bigger sense, okay? Here before us, now forgotten. Ancestors for people like you and me who have no other ancestors to inherit from. Orphans! This whole country's history is our only inheritance!
Claiming cliff dwellers as ancestors is offensively imperialist. I thought hold down the fort was just a slip of the tongue.
Destroying their artifacts isn't offensive?
If you had found anybody who took an interest, who said they were worth anything, you could have hollered me and I would have never done this.
You planned this. You sent me away because you knew I would never agree to it.
Hush yourself. You know I wouldn't do that. Thomasina, if you had found anybody...
We could have kept them safe.
It was a good time, but we didn't know what we were doing. We got some nice pieces. You should keep those too. You've loved them since you saw them. We should just take what we already got and get our bonuses. And you're going to grad school on it. Maybe we can find someplace free.
You think I touched that money? No more than if you stole it. These things were preserved through the ages by a miracle handed on to you and me, and I thought you cared about me enough to keep it. Cared enough to not destroy my work.
I don't care about you.
Delete all my notes as well.
Those are your files. Why would I go through them?
Why would you destroy everything I was cataloging out there?
I thought I had some share in what we were doing, but I see now it was your work.
I didn't mean it like that.
You did. I was just hired help to you, and while you were away, I destroyed your property.
It wasn't mine.
I did it so you could go to grad school.
That's you don't have enough money to keep writing your shitty poetry that no one's ever gonna read.
You can't even trust me about my motives?
I don't know what I could trust you with.
I see. You make it painfully clear.
The sun's coming up. Where do you think you're going?
I'm getting on the next cargo bot.
It's going to be too hot.
The passenger storage is climate controlled.
I was sweating throughout the night. You can't go during the day.
I'll risk it.
Willa!
Well, good luck. I'm glad that it's you that's doing this to me, Thomasina, not me that's doing it to you.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's simple. I'm glad that it's you that's doing this to me, Thomasina, not me that's doing it to you.
The silence closed in. I went to sleep that night hoping I would never wake up. Like you. Because I destroyed the one relationship I cared about.
I have relationships I care about besides the one you and I had.
And why are you on the couch dying? Why aren't you trying to save yourself? Isn't this exciting? Let's see how it ends. Follow me.
Thank you all so much for attending this experiment. Those of you in Warsaw, the folks watching on the Hollow, and my parents sitting with me in the parlor here in Columbia, Missouri. We are looking out our window at a late spring snowstorm, and I can see, almost feel, the warm sun in Wajenki Park. This means much more to me than proving that a new technology can allow collaborations across countries. My fiancé Tommy is, well, they're the one who should be here today explaining this and taking all the credit. All I know is that Tommy wanted me to be able to play this concerto in Warsaw today, even if we're in lockdown. If this was proof of concept, I guess it worked. Did you hear that, Tommy? There in the ICU, they have, well, a chaplain is there with a hollow so my partner can hear the concert streamed. Today should be their triumph, not mine. So I guess I will play an encore of sorts for Tommy, just me, no symphony needed. This is my dad's favorite Chopin, the Scherzo in B minor. Tommy has also come to like it, a family song of sorts, so okay. Tommy.
died. The sad, sagging springs of your old couch reminded me of the sham upholstery they put in coffins. Just the equivocal American way of dealing with serious facts. Why pretend it's possible to soften this last hard bed?
What do you think would have happened if they hadn't died?
I don't think they would have built a giant new house.
But what change would have came into their eyes? How would it have changed their outlook that saw every object as the symbol of a beautiful idea? Those eyes would have had to have read thousands of useless hollow mails, made eye contact with everyone who came to call looking for a piece of the money.
I guess they escaped all that.
They were really looking forward to taking a trip with you to the Outlands.
They wanted to show you the sunrise.
They wanted to show me the mesa.
To watch sunrise break over sculptured peaks and impassable mountain passes. To look off into the long, rugged vistas now uninhabitable, but still dear to the American heart.
Dear to all hearts, probably. At least, calling to all.
If you could do it again, would you take me on that trip?
I'm not sure I want to do it again. I might not have such good luck. In this life, I have had two great romances. One of the heart, which filled my life for many years, and one of the mind, of the imagination. And just as the morning brightness of my own imagination was waning, you come along with the energy of your youth.
No regrets?
I regret not understanding fully in 2041 that a bureaucracy is only concerned with replicating itself, with no thought to whom it destroys in the process.
Or what histories it destroys.
I would have told you that a university that is more concerned about staying in person than keeping its students safe isn't worth your loyalty.
But here you are, still a professor.
It's odd. I don't regret my life, but I feel strangely indifferent to it, as if it happened to another person.
I wish you would talk to someone about this. What about Dr. Gold?
And what would I tell her? That all the most important events of my life happened by chance? That we were caught in a storm together on our third date, and that's what brought us together. That by some miracle, we both received position and tenure at the same university while we saw the best minds of our generation destroyed by the madness of state legislatures and boards and regents and the watering down of every curriculum. That our daughter had the opportunity to live her dreams playing the music halls of the world, and twice found love in her own hometown. That TOMMI studied with my brother and showed up in our garden one sunny Saturday evening while I fought the never-ending battle against the vine. A battle that will be lost if I move to the new house, vine destroying everything I have planted for decades.
There's only one way to leave the attic if you don't go to the new house. And the vine still wins.
I remember the storm.
A storm whose wings were so strong they blew us into the future we were about to make together.
It was the first monsoon I'd ever seen, unfurling itself from the west. The purple and orange clouds, the lightning.
We came upon us so fast.
All we could do was press against the shop's window under an awning.
The shop closed.
The awning not providing much shelter in the monsoon.
So wet we could hardly breathe.
Breathing through my mouth.
Leaning in, kissing you.
No, I made the first move.
Impossible.
Dad, why don't you like Louis?
I simply have no reason to dislike him. That's the problem.
How can that be a problem?
I have no enthusiasm for being a father-in-law.
Perhaps you didn't get the child-in-law you wanted, but what kind of life is this? Never leaving this attic, writing elegy after elegy! Would you do this for me?
If you died?
I think sometimes you're sad it wasn't.
Rosamond, if you died,
I would kill myself the same day.
Don't joke!
When you were 2 years old, your mother was at a conference in Zurich, and we were flying to meet her. We were in the middle of this crowded terminal, and you saw this snack that you just had to have. Now, knowing that you cannot win an argument with a 2-year-old, I purchased the seaweed chips and turned around, and you were gone. Just vanished. I cried out, a little embarrassed at first to be in the middle of this crowded terminal, raising my voice, but the longer you didn't answer, the louder I cried and the less I cared how I looked. I had no idea which direction you had gone. And you were a lap child in those days, so maybe someone had taken you and got you on a plane? I was in near hysterics. People were stopping to ask how I was. I was bent over, head between my knees, dark circles closing the aperture of my vision as people fanned out to find you. And then there you were, stewardess holding your hand, you walking towards me as calmly as if we were at the park. I wrapped my arms around you and started sobbing. Everyone was embarrassed at my blubbering. The stewardess asked if I was all right and put a hand on my shoulder. I said I was, but I wasn't. Because in those few moments of thinking that you were gone forever, I knew that I didn't want to live.
Dad, I'm not gonna die.
I know.
You love me as much as your daughter. Cute! But I guess you wouldn't mind leaving her, even if you would die if she left you. I hope she survives mourning you. Well, good luck! I'm glad it's you that's doing this to her, Professor, not me that's doing this to you.
What is that supposed to mean?
It's simple! I'm glad it's you that's doing this to her, Professor, not me that's doing this to you! I didn't kill myself!
No! I killed you! I'll wipe away all trivial fond record, all saws of books, all form, all precious past. That youth and observation copied there. Hamlet is going to erase my hard drive. Sorry. Hard drive from my youth, from when I was your age. The age you died, I mean. Hamlet is going to scrub the entire cloud. Remember nothing but his father. Forget the love of his wife, Lillian. The man who should be his friend, Louis. He's going to live alone, hiding behind a desk in an attic. No! That's not right. Is this my lecture? It is so much darker when a light goes out than if it had never shone. I cannot blow out my own light, lest another light go out. Rosamond.
Dad, Peter? Dad!
My head hurts.
That's what breathing gas will do to you. Be careful sitting up. The pilot light was out near heater. We came to get you for dinner and we heard fall overhead. The windows are open. You're gonna be fine. But I'm glad we're leaving this place tomorrow.
A draft must have blown out the pilot light.
Why did you open the pilot light door, Dad?
I thought you collapsed on the couch. But here you are on the floor. Did you struggle to survive? Or was collapsing on the couch part of your delusion of me? Projections of guilt can't touch anything, can they? You must have blown out the pilot light. It must have been you.
A draft must have blown out the pilot light, and And I collapsed, trying to keep another life from going out, wasn't it?
I always told you this would happen.
Is that what happened, Dad?
What else?
Is what else? You used to tell me that story about losing in the airport.
You're alive.
That time when she was 2? You were so silly. She was literally in an area locked down by security bots. Where could she have gone?
Are you coming to dinner?
Of course.
Louie's making a lovely looking ratatouille from the farmer's market and a seaweed bouillabaisse.
You got your favorite baguettes.
They're never going to know.
I think Rosamond will always suspect.
Come on, Dad. Come with us. Take my arm.
I just need to put these papers into piles so that the movers know what to keep together.
But you are coming with us.
I will never leave you.
5 minutes, and then we come back and drag you downstairs. 3 weeks is enough of this nonsense.
Okay, Rosamond, you're hurting me. Look. It was just an accident.
I love you, Daddy.
I'll be right down.
She definitely knows. She always saw right through you. She saw through me, too. I loved that. It kept me honest. I didn't mean they're never going to know about your little attempt.
What are they never going to know?
They're never going to know that you're not the same man they invited to dinner earlier. You let go of something. Something that was very precious to you.
The saddest thing in the world is losing love. If you were ever lucky enough to have it.
Goodbye, Godfrey St. Peter.
Goodbye, Tommy.
Professor.
Yes, Tommy?
I liked my elegy.